lineup. Otherwise, it's the same players that were in there last night. Tony Perez, the only one that's not in there. It'll be Rose, Matthews, and Morgan for the Phillies. Rose about to step in. Bring you the action. Here's Dave.
Thanks, Duke, and hi again, everybody. Glad to have you aboard for tonight's doubleheader. Game number 59 this season for the Phillies. Rose, Matthews, and Morgan, as Duke mentioned. Pete's in, a switch hitter, batting left-handed against Scott Sanderson. Rose is now 42 years old, batting .255. He takes a strike. We're underway. So Scott Sanderson hoping to recapture the form and the good fastball and to put it all together. The windup and the one-strike pitch. Rose swings and hits the ball on the ground to Spire. He has it and gets it on to first to retire Rose. One out, and Gary Matthews is coming to the plate. And the pitch. Gary Matthews takes inside, ball one. Joe Morgan is on deck. And the Phillies come at us from the left where their dugout is located on the third base side. The pitch is low. 2 balls and no strikes to Gary Matthews. We would have to guess that he and Carter still aren't talking since their run in May 28th at Philly. Here's the wind and the 2-0 pitch, and Matthews hits the ball foul behind third. Aside from his run in with Carter, Matthews from time to time can put a little salt in the wounds. He has a knack of running from the batter's box to first base when he's gotten a hit. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and Matthews hits a high fly ball to left field, and that is going to go out of here. It's a home run for Gary Matthews. Well, we won't have to describe his pitch from the plate to first base because he's going to make it from home plate all the way around, the full circuit. Gary Matthews with a home run, and it's 1-0 for the Phillies.
That might have been one of the highest home runs we've seen at Olympic Stadium. It almost got the rim of the stadium as it carried into the left field seat.
Matthews with his 7th of the season. And it's the 7th home run given up by Scott Sanderson. Boy, it went up there, didn't it? I lost it on its way up and was trying to find it coming down to see whether it was fair or foul.
No, Raines didn't even chase it.
Plenty. No, he didn't. He watched it, though. Here's the pitch to Morgan, and a called strike on Joe. 1 out, a run in, and Morgan up hitting .206. Flip his helmet off and run down to first base. I suppose that'd make a pitcher mad from time to time.
Nowadays, they call that showmanship.
Yeah. You used to be a hot dog if you did that. Then it went to showboat. There's a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Once that word show snuck in there, why, it became accepted, I guess.
They have to now be a member of the Screen Actors Guild.
A ball and 2 strikes to Morgan. 39-year-old veteran, left-handed batter. A change and strike 3. It was either a straight change or a slow curve. Whatever, it was on the outside corner, and Morgan was caught looking. 2 down. A strikeout for Scott Sanderson, and Mike Schmidt comes to the plate. Here's a man who always presents a challenge to a pitcher to keep him in the ballpark. 361 career home runs. Mike's batting .242. He's hit a dozen of those home runs this season. The pitch, and it's a called strike on Mike Schmidt. Schmidt has got 30 lifetime home runs against the Expos. The pitch is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Duke, when are we going to get a look at the license plate that we're giving out? When are we going to get to see it?
That'd be nice to see. Why
don't we get
on my
to
car?
see those things?
I got a spot right in the front bumper of my car. I could put that.
If Roger Brulot was here, I'd tell him to his face that he should bring a couple of license plates in here so we know what we're talking about.
Right.
The 1-1 pitch is low to Schmidt. 2-1 the count on Mike Schmidt. Sanderson goes to work. The pitch. Schmidt swings and fouls it back out of play to the right. Schmidt swings and misses. Sanderson got it back. Back-to-back strikeouts after that home run by Matthews. Well, who knows? That could be it for the Philadelphia Phillies if Scott's going to be on his game the way he went after Morgan and Schmidt. And Denny is on the mound, a 30-year-old veteran of 9 campaigns. Tim Raines will move in, batting .261. Needless to say, Timmy's starting to run now. He is tied for first in the league in stolen bases. The pitch to Raines, a strike. Denny hitting the outside corner. And the outfield playing Raines to hit the ball the other way, that is to left and left center. Here's the pitch. Raines fouls it off at the plate, strike 2. Timmy with 24 steals has been caught 7 times. He's tied with Steve Sachs of the Dodgers and Mookie Wilson of the Mets. All three have 24 stolen bases. And Johnny LeMaster and Omar Marino aren't too far behind. They've each stolen 22. But Raines is the one that is really coming on. The pitch inside to Tim. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. A strike called. Raines caught looking. He thought the pitch was low and inside. And he's called out on strikes by the plate umpire, Steve Ripley. Dawson's on deck. Denny's 1-0 pitch. A strike called. 1 ball and 1 strike. He broke in with the St. Louis Cardinals. The windup and the 1-2 pitch. And Brian Little pulls 1 foul that'll be picked up by Vern Rapp in the first base coaching box. And it gets away from the catcher, Ozzie Virgil, as Brian strikes out and Virgil has to throw to first base. And Rose has got it for the out. So a strikeout and 2-3 on the put out. 2 down, Dawson up.
Comes that name again when you talk about trades. Invariably, Bobby Bond's name will be in there, won't it?
Well, he's been traded a lot, huh? Phillies got John Denny back into the National League last September 11th in a trade with the Indians. Dawson is batting .335. The pitch and a called strike. He's one of 2 players in the lineup that had 2 hits against John Denny in the earlier start Denny made against the Expos. The pitch is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Dawson swings and hits a high fly ball to straightaway center. Maddox is there. He's got it. The Expos go 1-2-3 in their half of the first. So the Gary Matthews home run holds up after 1. It's Philadelphia 1, the Expos nothing. Into the second, 1-0 for the Phillies. And Von Hayes, Gary Maddox, and Ozzie Virgil Jr. will bat here against Scott Sanderson. Called strike 2. So his average way up. Here's the 2-strike pitch. And it's pulled foul off to the right side. He was acquired in the Manny Trio deal. The 2-strike pitch to Hayes missed inside. Scott Sanderson's 1 ball, 2-strike pitch. Breaking pitch swung on it. Struck him out. Check swing, a strike. Background. The Expos license plate you've seen before. And a bike plate. About a quarter the size of the automobile plate. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Maddox swings and hits a bloop behind first. Oliver to foul territory. He's got it. Maddox is out. 2 down. Al Oliver, Tim Wallach, and Gary Carter coming up in the bottom of the second. Phillies lead 1-0 on the Gary Matthews home run. The first game of the doubleheader. John Denny is ready to work. The pitch to Al. Ball 1. Denny doesn't waste any time. Deals outside. Ball 2. 2-1. Strike 2 called on Oliver. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Al with 4 home runs, 29 runs batted in. The left-handed batter waits. Denny deals, and Oliver swings and hits a fly ball to right field that brings Hayes in. He has it. Vaughn ran out from under his hat, but made the catch. 1 down, Tim Wallach coming up. The 1-strike pitch. Wallach swings and hits a fly ball to left center. Maddox is under this. Out number 2. Denny has retired 5 in a row. 2 down in the second. Gary Carter coming up. Carter swings and loops the ball to right field. A base hit. So the kid slices one into right, and there goes the no-hitter after an inning and 2/3. Carter on, and Cromartie coming up. Rose batting .307. Denny has two hitters against the Expos. He pitched one in '78 with the Cardinals, of course, and one in '79. If you're wearing the Expos uniform. The pitch to Cromartie is high, ball one. Sends the ball to left center, a base hit. Matthews over to pick it up. Carter round second, heads for third, and he makes it. Gary Carter with a good piece of base running, first to third on Cromartie's base hit out into left field. So here is an early game opportunity for Chris Spire to come up with a big hit. The shortstop is batting .265. He's got runners at first and third. And a chance to erase the Matthews home run here.
Going to try and groove anything. He's going to go for the corners or a little bit off the corner.
1 ball and no strikes. The pitch. And it's high, ball 2. Spire swings and hits the ball to left field. A base hit. Carter is home to score. Cromartie comes to third. Spire on into second. The Expos have tied it up. John Denny appeared to be nibbling, working around Spire. Went to 2-0, and Spire got something he could handle, and he doubled to drive in the run.
It's very definitely a tough thing to do for some pitchers to nibble and not make a mistake. You're sometimes better off just throwing 4 outside and giving him first base rather than try and make him swing at a bad pitch and then you make a mistake. That time Spire got one up and drilled it down the left field line.
That brings Scott Sanders into the plate with runners at first, at second, and third. Spire at second with his 9th RBI. Cromartie is at third base. Here's the pitch to Scott Sanderson, who takes a strike. Scott has 3 hits in 16 at-bats and doesn't have an RBI this season. Here's the 2-strike pitch to Scott. It's low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One in the second. Denny works to his opponent. And strike 3 is called. Scott Sanderson caught looking, a pitch across right at the knees, and Denny gets his 3rd strikeout.
Right side, out of play. Got pretty good wood on it, but a little bit late with his swings. So Sanderson with a better fastball, more command with his curve, fires a fastball and misses with it. The count 1-1. Stop. Spire's got it. Throw to first, just gets Ivan by a step. It's amazing how that ball will beat you to first base. No matter how hard you run, it seems to get you by a step, or you're just reaching with that left or right foot towards the bag, about to come down on the bag, and all of a sudden you hear thud. Here's John Denny, 5 for 30 as a batter, 167 batting average. Denny hits a high fly ball to left field. Rain's going back near the warning track. He's under it, and he's got it for out number 2. Two outs, and Pete Rose will be the batter. Our McDonald's home run for the money inning will be the Expos 4th, the bottom of the 4th inning. Rose 0 for 1. Came into the game with a .255 batting average. So Pete's struggling somewhat here. 19 RBIs, 10 doubles. You're not used to seeing a 2 in front of Pete's batting average, .254 now. Batting left-handed against Sanderson. Takes a curve, a little bit low, ball 1. Fastball and a ground ball into right field, so Rose gets a base hit. Tough to shut him out 2 nights in a row. Pete went 0 for 3 last night. He's now 1 for 2 tonight. That's the second hit off Sanderson, and here comes Gary Matthews, who hit a towering home run to left field. Just a question of how far it was going to go after we heard the crack of the bat. Matthews with his 7th home run and 21st RBI. A right-handed batter. He raised it 4 points with that home run. Matthews takes low, ball 1. Rose at first base. Oliver holding Rose at first. Pete with a pretty good lead. Not a base-stealing lead. Matthews hits the ground ball, fired to his left, and it comes off the heel of his glove. Rose will round third. He's going to try and score. Here he comes. The throw comes in to Wallach. The throw to the plate. Too late. Rose has the come-up slide and taps Carter on the backside as he goes back to the bench. Now that's showmanship. Rose didn't hesitate. When he got to third base, the play was in front of him, and he just kept coming. The throw came into Wallach. Wallach into Carter. Just a bit late. Going to second base, Gary Matthews. It'll be E6 all the way. Fire should have fielded that ball. It hit the heel of his glove and rolled all the way down the left field line near the bullpen area where the mound is, down the left field line. Here's Joe Morgan with Matthews at second base. Phillies leading 2-1. Morgan struck out in the first inning. He takes strike one. That ball must have done something strange, as Chris is usually, when the ball hits to him like that, he's very sure-handed. Ball seemed to bounce a little bit higher than usual. Curveball outside for a ball. Count 1-1. No RBI, of course, on the air. So Pete Rose, Charlie Hustle, still there. Boy, he motored around the base. The 1-1 pitch on its way. Morgan fouls one back. Count 1-2. Now, Joe came into the game hitting .206. Had a big year with the Giants last year. Been having some problems this year. Injuries. He was on the disabled list. He got hurt right here in Montreal the last time the Phillies were in town. Went on the DL. Came off when the Expos saw the Phillies in their last trip to Philadelphia. 1-2 the count. 2 outs. Matthews at second base. Morgan waiting. Joe takes inside. Ball 2. Speed pitch just low. Slow curve. Count 3-2. Twice. Kicks and fires. Morgan fouls one off Carter. It goes back to the screen. Count remains 3-2. Sanderson ready again. The pitch. Morgan hits a high fly ball to right field. Cromartie going back near the fence. He'll not catch up to it. It's a home run for Joe Morgan. A 2-run home run to put the Phillies ahead 4-1. A towering fly ball to right field. Little Joe put a charge in that one. Scott Sanderson challenged Morgan, and he hit it. It looked like for a moment Cromartie might catch up with the ball. He did not. Well, none of these runs are earned, but they count. Mike Schmidt struck out in the first inning, hitting .241. Sanderson in the windup. Fastball up and in. Ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Up and in again. Ball 2. Well, he has to get the curveball over the plate a little more often to keep the hitters honest. Schmidt takes ball 3. 3-0 a strike. And the 3-1. Breaking pitch called strike 2. If this is a fastball, I'm going to have a good rip. If not, it's only 3-2. Here's the 3-2. Curveball, swing and a miss, and Schmidt is very upset. Throws his bat towards the dugout, his helmet towards the dugout, and walks towards third base. In the inning, 3 runs on 2 hits. There was an error, and nobody left. The score after 2.5, Phillies 4, Expos 1. But knocks Rose down. He fields the ball, crawls to the bag, and hits the bag with his glove. The ball inside of it just pounded his glove on top of the base. That ball ate Rose up, but he made the play. And he pops one up towards second base. Joe Morgan comes in. He's under it, and he's got it. 2 away. Andre just putting number after number on the board each day. been very consistent all year. In fact, Maddox waiting in a deep crouch, his feet spread a long way apart. Does not stride. It's a ground ball past Wallach into left field. Vaughn Hayes going to third, and he makes it as the throw comes in from Raines. Vaughn Hayes held up as he was not going to third if Wallach comes up with that ball. So all of a sudden, runners at first and third, and Galen Cisco will go to the mound, and Chris Welsh gets up to warm up for the Expos. Where's the number 17? Wiggles the bat a little bit. The pitch. Ozzie hits a ground ball to Spire. They'll go for two. Over to Little for one on the first. Double play. Hayes scores. It gives the Phillies another run. Fly ball into shallow right. Coming in for it, Cromartie. He's got it for the out. One run, two hits, nobody left. The score after 3.5, the Phillies 5, the Expos 1. Any three of them capable of hitting the ball out of the ballpark at any time. First pitch to Al. Al hits a chopper towards second. Morgan's got it. Throw to first in time for out number 1. In addition to the $1,000, winner will also receive a Year of Cheer award from McDonald. Here's a line drive into center field for Wallach, a base hit. Tim gets himself a hit. That's the 4th hit for the Expos. And Gary Carter will be the batter. Gary's 1 for 1. And Gary will be batting for Marcel Martin of Richmond, Quebec. Well, Marcel, good luck. Gary is overdue. He's not hit a home run in a month. He's had injuries. Hitting .239, has 7 home runs. Tell you about that Year of Cheer. Year of Cheer with the $1,000. Strike 2 called on Gary. Winner will get coupons to be able to order a Big Mac, French fries, and a soft drink twice a month for a year. Carter takes low and outside for a ball. Wallach at first, Rose holding him there. Another beautiful night here at the stadium. A good crowd on hand. Gary waiting, takes just inside. That ball almost got his elbow. John Denny on the mound, 4-4 record. Kicks and fires. Carter takes just outside. Count 3-2. 5-1 Phillies. Closer ball game. We might see Wallach running here. We'll wait and see. He might be going anyway to stay out of the double play possibility. There's a shift on. Morgan over near second base. The runner does not go. Carter takes ball 4. He wishes he had 7. He'd like to have 3 right now. Number 3 right here. Cromartie, it's a ground ball towards second. Morgan's got it. To Jesus for 1, to Rose for the double play. The throw was offline, but Rose managed to get it and get back and get Cromartie before he could get to first base. 4-6-3 for the double play. No runs, a hit, and 1 runner left. The score after 4. Phillies 5, Expos 1.
That hit the Expos 5-4. Then he flied to left in the 3rd inning. And Scott goes to work, and the ball is on the ground for the shortstop, Spire. He has it and gets it on to first for the out. 1 down. Pete Rose coming up. Rose's hit in the 3rd inning against Scott Sanderson was his 20th career hit against Scott. And when I did a little checking, this is just amazing. It just shows you how things vary from pitcher to pitcher, and there are other success stories concerning Rose as well, but this one might interest you. Rose takes ball 1. In his career, Pete now has 20 hits off Scott Sanderson, and of course Scott is relatively new to the National League. The 1-0 pitch to Rose, ball 2. In his career against Woody Fryman, Pete Rose has 19 hits. Now consider that Woody has scattered those 19 Pete Rose hits over 15 National League seasons. Pitch is outside, ball 3, 3-0. Pitching for Pittsburgh, the Phillies, twice with the Expos, the Reds, and the Cubs. And as a starter for about 11 of those 15 seasons. Pitch is low to Pete. He's on with a walk. And Sanderson gives up his first base on ball. So I would guess, without having checked anything other than those numbers, it'd be interesting to ask Woody about it. I would guess that Woody Fryman has just about totally mastered Pete Rose in their confrontations over the years. Pete taking a lead at first base. Matthews up. It's been on twice. Here's the pitch. And it's low, ball 1. Matthews with a 7-game batting streak now as a result of his first inning home run. He came in here with a hot bat. He's been booed every time he's been introduced. Not loudly and not by a majority of the fans, but by some, for his May 28th confrontation with Gary Carter in Philly. And all Matthews has done is come up with 2 hits last night, 2 of the 3 that Ray gave up. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Matthews takes low, ball 2. And tonight opened up the scoring for the Phillies with a home run. And then he's the one that hit the ball to Spire that Chris booted that led to 3 more runs scoring in the 3rd inning. All unearned runs as a result of that error by the shortstop. So Matthews has been right in the middle of everything the Phillies have done. Sometimes that booing will wake a player up. Sometimes it doesn't affect him at all. He doesn't even notice it. Matthews swings and misses. Strike 1. As I said at the outset, Matthews came in here with a hot bat. I'll never forget Stargell talking about the crowds of 55,000 here in 1979 when the Expos were battling the Bucks for the East Division title. And Willie saying how the 55,000 turned him on. And remember what a great series he had? How he reacts to crowds. I have to think that no matter what uniform you wear when you take to the field at Dodger Stadium, you have to be turned on. That's one of baseball's glamour showcases. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Matthews hits the ball to Spire. He flips it to Little for 1 on to first. Not in time to get Matthews on a close play at first. They did get Rose at second. Spire flipped it to Little. 2 down, Matthews on the fielder's choice, and Joe Morgan is up. Morgan hit a 2-run home run in the 3rd, his 6th of the season. Matthews taking his lead at first base. Here's the pitch. And Morgan swings and drives the ball hard, but foul down the right field line. He rocketed that off the cement down there in top of the 5th inning. Here's the 1-strike pitch to Joe, and he pops one up down the right field line, headed toward the seats. Little, Cromartie, Oliver, all chasing toward it. Brian Little high into the air, tried to go into the seats and couldn't come up with it. They've really shifted for Morgan. Little playing way back on that right side. Cromartie's practically in the right field corner. Dawson way over in right center. 2 strikes on Joe Morgan. Sanderson tosses to first base to send Matthews back.
Hey, Dave, they'd say that when you get near the end of the line, you don't pull the ball as much. But look at here. Morgan's near the end of the line. There's plenty more to pull now than they did when he was having good years.
You bet. Scott is ready. The 2-strike pitch. Morgan takes it low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That just missed. Morgan swinging that bat, waiting for Scott to work to him. Another toss to first base. Tony Perez can really needle. He's a needler. The players love it. Now the players love Tony. Here's the 1-2 pitch with the runner going. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Joe Morgan's out. Tell you about Perez at the batting cage yesterday in a moment. Nothing across here except a man left on by the Phillies. After 4.5, they lead 5-1. And then Tony threw another zinger Carter's way. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And a line drive, base hit up the middle. He laced one foul into the seats up behind first base. Strike 2.
You know, they tell all those veteran ball players who end up playing first base after playing other positions, like a Perez, the next move is the coaching line.
The 1-2 pitch. Francona hits the ball to Morgan. He has it, goes to DeJesus for 1, on to first, 2, double play. The Expos have hit into 2 now. Nothing will kill a rally quicker than a double play.
The thing about that double play is Francona has trouble with his initial quickness because of the brace.
Low, ball 2. 2-1. Tim swings and hits the ball out into right center, and that's a base hit. Morgan has it. The flip throw to first base, retires Little, and that's it for the Expos. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left after 5. First game of the doubleheader, Phillies 5, Expos 1. And Schmidt and Carter talking about that. The ball hit the bat handle, went down and hit Carter. Foul tip. Schmidt didn't move the bat, but also didn't move to get out of the way.
Never seen Mike Schmidt any more frustrated right now than several years ago, quite a few now, that when he was just learning how to hit in the National League, he was that way. But
lifetime batting average isn't that high. Pitches up high, 1-2. And Schmidt swings. It's a line drive over Spire's glove out into left field. So Mike Schmidt comes up with a base hit off Chris Welsh after Welsh got ahead. The pitch to Hayes. He squares the bunt. Takes it with him toward first. Up with it, Welsh, and throws it past Little, covering, and the ball goes out into right field. Breaking from second to third is Mike Schmidt, and staying at first base is Von Hayes.
Well, Von Hayes made a mistake. He broke toward second, and if Francona comes up with that ball and got it back to first in time, they could have gotten Hayes. Finally, Hayes realized he had to get back to first, and he slid back in, but Welsh throwing in back of Little as he covered. Little tried to catch it barehanded in back of him, but couldn't do it.
The stretch. And an easy toss to first base. Von Hayes is back. The pitch with Hayes going, and it's down in the dirt. Scooped up by Carter. No chance to get Von Hayes at second base. He comes up with a steal, his third. There was no chance for Gary on that. The pitch was low in the dirt. He had to worry about blocking the pitch. Deep corner, and it's a fair ball. That's going to drive in, too. Schmidt and Hayes will score, and Maddox goes on to second with a double to the left field corner. The Phillies get 2 more and lead 7-1. Galen Cisco's going out to the mound. And the Expos game is coming undone in many aspects here. Ozzie got in there and then backed out. He's hitting .255. Bo Diaz, the regular Philly catcher, is injured. He's sidelined with a sore left leg. The pitch, and Virgil takes it low, ball 1. Side, Spire has this, fires to first for the out. And that, folks, is the first out of the inning. Maddox goes to third on the ground ball to Spire. Spire went to his left to field the baseball. DeJesus up. 0 for 2. Ground ball to short and a fly ball to right. Phillies 3-4 on their longest road trip of the season. Low and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. The infield's in again. The pitch. Foul, swung on and missed. Seuss waved at it. Plate umpire said he went around. Didn't have to appeal at first base. Ed Bargo said, yes, sir, he went enough. The 2-2 pitch. And that's low. 3-2. He's on with a walk. Then the club turned that bad streak around by winning 5 of the last 6 games. Played very good baseball last night. And then have come out here in the first game of the doubleheader tonight, and the team is just not sharp, offensively or defensively, and the pitching hasn't been there. John Denny up 0 for 2, first and third for the Philly runners. Wells steals. Denny squares to bunt, and it was a safety squeeze, or just a straight sacrifice, because the runner at third, Maddox, was waiting to see exactly where the ball would go before he thought about breaking to the plate. He had a lead, and he was watching, and he was on his toes, but he... DeJesus with a big lead at first. Wells deals, and then he bunts at the ball again. He missed it. Strike 2. That time he got nothing but air. Here's the 2-strike pitch. They keep the bunt on. He fouls it back. He has struck out. 2 down, and Welsh will face Rose with DeJesus at first and Maddox at third. Pete Rose now needs 80 hits to reach 4,000. 272 to break Ty Cobb's record, the major league record of most hits in a career, 4,191. Welsh is ready. He deals to Rose, who's now batting right-handed, and Rose takes low and away, ball 1. Pete will also move in on Cobb in terms of singles. Pete takes a strike on the outside corner. Ty Cobb had 3,052 singles in his career. Rose has 2,925. The 1-1 pitch and a ground ball to the right side. Little has it. Turns it over to Oliver for the out. Rose has been retired. 2 runs score here on 3 hits. 2 were left by the Phillies. At the end of 5 1/2, the Phillies lead 7-1. Third, he has it and throws on to first. That's all for Dawson. The second time Schmidt has thrown him out, and Hawks 0 for 3. Al Oliver coming up, 0 for 2. Looking for his first hit this season against John Denny. Al has flied to right and bounced to second. And takes ball 1. Pitch missed inside. It's a ground ball to Morgan. Joe has it and gets it to Rose for the second out. 2 down. That'll be interesting. Here's the 1-strike pitch. Low and away, ball 1. The Expos brought Tom Gorman up as a relief pitcher. And then the Mets sent him to Tidewater, and they've made a starting pitcher out of him. Don't know how long that will go, but right now he's a starter. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Pitch is inside and hit Wallach, and he's upset. That's the second time this week that he's been hit on the left arm. I believe that's where it hit him. Left center. Batting for the pitcher, Chris Welsh, will be Jerry White. Then he checks the lead runner, Wallach, and deals low and in, ball 1. This will be getting underway now. Denny with a 1-0 pitch. Jerry takes it low, ball 2. To Jerry, wide of the plate, ball 3. The Yankees-Baltimore game is underway. Spires 2 for 2. Hernandez to the stretch. Deals to the shortstop, who swings and misses. Strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. The fans want some action. Hernandez kicks and deals. Spire fouls it straight back. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Dave, in the scoring rules now, the 3 balls were given up by Denny and 1 ball by Hernandez, and that walk charged to Denny? Right. Okay. Wanted to clarify that.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Did you ever read the rule book explanation of that? It's a dandy.
Yeah, I've read it. Still don't understand it.
Very few people do. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And Spire hits a line drive right at Maddox, the center fielder. He's got it, and the inning is over for the Expos. Spire lines out to Maddox in straightaway center. No runs, 1 hit, a hit batsman and a walk. 3 were left at the end of 6. Phillies hold their lead 7-1.
Goes Bryn Smith into the ball game. Bryn, a right-hander. His record is 1-3, 2.72 ERA in 20 games. He has 3 saves and 36 1/3 innings of work. Pitch outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Matthews hit a home run in the first inning, on board on an error by Spire in the 3rd inning, scored on Joe Morgan's home run, and hit into a force out in the 5th inning. So he's 1 for 3. It's one back to the middle and knocking it down, Bryn Smith, and picking it up and getting Gary Matthews 1 away. Smith's a pretty good fielder. He knocked that ball down, kept it in front of him, then picked it up. Matthews was an easy out at first base. Near the line, the right fielder Francona to make the catch. Morgan hitting the first pitch. He hit it hard, but Terry Francona got a good jump on the ball and made the running catch. 2 away. Here's Mike Schmidt. Schmidt had struck out in the 1st and 3rd innings, and then singled and scored a run in the 6th inning. That single off Welsh, a line drive, Spire jumping for it, broke the webbing of his glove. The ball went right on by into left field. The right-handed batter takes low, ball 1. Drive to left field, no doubt about it. He now has 362 lifetime home runs. He drilled it over the left center field fence. Well, the Phillies have their home run shoes on tonight. That's the 3rd home run of the evening for the Phillies. Mike Schmidt with his 13th home run and 40th RBI of the season. Well, we might think back a ways and remember a home run that Mike Schmidt hit off Bryn Smith earlier in the year to win a ball game. Schmidt had a 0-for streak going at that particular time, and Mike Schmidt ended the ball game with a long drive to left field off Bryn Smith. So Bryn has been touched up twice by Mike Schmidt this season. The 0-1 pitch. Hayes takes high and outside, ball 1. Smith in the windup. A called strike. The palm ball on the outside part of the plate. The count 1-2. 8-1. The Phillies lead the Expos. They've out-hit the Expos 9-7. The Expos have committed 2 errors. Ground ball foul down the first base line. Count remains 1-2. The first of 2, and the fans have been waiting for something to happen, but it's been all Phillies in this one so far. At one time, it was 1-1. Phillies scored 1 in the first. The Expos got 1 in the second as Hayes takes low. Then it's been the Phillies all the way. 3 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 6th, and now 1 here in the 7th. The 2-2 pitch. Hayes hits the ground ball towards second. Little up with it. sidearm throw to first in time for the out. 1 run, 1 hit, nobody left after 6.5. The Phillies lead the Expos 8-1. Hernandez has a fastball, slider, curve, and he throws a screwball. Up and in with a fastball, the count 2-0. And I'm sure that Tug McGraw has been helping Willie Hernandez with his screwball. Tug has had one of the best screwballs in baseball from many years now. It's been his bread and butter pitch. A fastball for a strike. Count 2-1. Tug still on this ball club, Philly club. We haven't seen him this year against the Expos. Fastball just missed outside. 3-1 the count. So Willie Hernandez getting away from the Cubs. And getting a chance to pitch with the Phillies. Fastball, 3-2 the count. 3-2 pitch to Francona. Fouled off. The count remains 3-2. Francona slicing the ball to the left and into the seat. Into left field, past the shortstop De Jesus. He's got himself a base hit. Terry Francona, 1 for 2 in this game. Tim Raines will be the batter. Tim is 1 for 3. Raines batting right-handed for the first time in this game. 3 home runs, 26 RBIs, just 8 doubles. Raines figures to get quite a few more doubles than that. Raines takes a strike right at the knees on the inside corner. Raines now moved away from the plate just a little bit. Shade. 1-2 pitch. Down and in. It missed. Count 2-2. Nobody out with Francona at first base, and Rose is in back of him. They're not holding Francona. With an 8-1 lead, they're concerned about Raines. Hernandez started to pitch, stepped off just as he was going to pitch. He stepped off. A bug was bothering him out there. There goes another one, Willie. So he walks down off the mound, gets the rosin bag. It's our secret weapon here at Olympic Stadium. Some trained bugs that get after the visiting pitchers late in a ball game. The 2-2 pitch. Raines fouls it off to the right side. Fella brought a glove with him. Line drive, base hit into center field. Tim Raines has his second hit. He's 2 for 4. Well, the Expos got something going here in the 7th inning. Runners at first and second base. Schmidt's got it over to Morgan for 1 on the first. Double play. That was fast. Mike Schmidt probably turns the double play at third base as quick as any third baseman you ever want to see. Looks like a magician over there. He gets the ball and it's on its way to second before you blink. Five, 4-3 double play. Here's Dawson. At third base, Terry Francona. He takes low, ball 1. Next pitch to Andre. It's one foul down almost into the Phillies dugout, the far end of it, and hit the wall, the back wall down there, and roll all the way out into left center field. And Gary Matthews figures he's got to play 2 tonight, so Dawson with a check swing. Went around. It's a strike. Andre takes low and outside. 2-2 the count. And it's a ground ball towards third again. Schmidt's up with it. Throw to first. And for the third time, Dawson is out. 5-3. In the inning, no runs, 2 hits, 1 left. And the score after 7, the Phillies 8, Expos 1.
Line drive down the right field line. That's going to be a fair ball. Maddox is going to dig for 2. Digging it out in foul territory, Terry Francona. A 2-base hit for Maddox. As he put that ball down on the right field line, he has 3 straight hits. And it's low. Jody Davis has hit a home run for the Cubs in the third inning to open up the scoring now at Pittsburgh. Cubs are still batting 1-0 on the Davis home run, his 11th. Ball 3, 3-1 to Virgil. Three-one pitch. Ozzie swings, pops it up, back behind the plate. Carter coming toward the screen looking, and that ball's going to be into the seats. The Cardinals and the Mets are underway. 3-2 pitch. Fouled away to the right. St. Louis got 2 in the first off Tom Gorman. The Mets didn't get anything against Neil Allen. They're now in the second. Cardinals 2, Mets nothing. And as the Cardinals look up toward the big score, Smith has it, spins and holds the runner Maddox and throws to first to retire Virgil. One down, and the shortstop, Ivan DeJesus, coming up. The Brewers and the Tigers are underway in Detroit. No score after 2. Bryn Smith in his second inning of relief. Deals low, ball 1. He's got the base runner at second, Gary Maddox, 1 out. Ball 2 is low, ball 3. 3-1 to DeJesus. By Smith, 3-1 pitch. DeJesus hits it on the ground to Spire. He holds the runner and throws to first. And the Phillies shortstop, DeJesus, is out. Bryn checks Maddox and deals. Hernandez swings and misses. Strike 2. Hernandez swings and misses, and he's out of there. No runs, 1 hit, 1 was left on base. We have completed 7.5, and the Phillies lead 8-1. Matthews and Schmidt come out of the game. Bob Dernier is playing in left field, and Kiko Garcia at third base. And the pitch to Al fouled away to the left. Low to Al, 2 balls, 2 strikes. I think at one point last year I can remember saying the only thing consistent about the Expos is its inconsistency as a team. Fouled away, left side, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oliver hits a long, high fly ball left center. Maddox to the fence to chase it down, bangs into the blue wall and staggers away. Dernier holds him up, pats him on the back, and everybody's okay. Wallach hits the ball in the air to the center fielder. Maddox has got it again, 2 down. The 1-strike pitch is low and in, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. This is the 7th meeting this season between these two clubs, and Carter hits it foul back to the right behind the plate. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Carter takes it outside. Behind first, Rose goes back, Morgan over, coming in right field. Hayes, it drops between them. Carter standing at second with a pop-up double. That one twisted feet all around.
Well, Joe Morgan playing Carter to pull. He was out of position.
To the left side. Garcia at third, throws on to first for the out, and that's it for the Expos. 5-3 to retire Vail. No runs, 1 hit. Carter was left. We'll go to the 9th. The Phillies lead 8-1. He moves a few steps to his left and throws to first. Pete's out. So Rose is 1 for 4. And he's also drawn a walk. And Bob Dernier will come to the plate. You look at Rose's .308 lifetime batting average. And then you go down the list. Now, he started the night at .255. Last year hit .271. The pitch to Dernier on the ground. Spire has it. You've got to hurry. He does, and gets Dernier at first base. Dernier is fast enough to make even the routine play close if you waste any time at all. 2 out, and Morgan up. A 2-run home run for Joe in the third. He's 1 for 4. Joe's 6th home run of the season. Brian Little has it and throws Morgan out at first. So Dan Schatzeder gets him 1, 2, 3. And let's see, that marks just the second time in the game the Phillies have gone in order. Sanderson got him in order in the second. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Phil's 8, Expos 1. Fly ball to center field. Maddox straight away, waiting for this, and pulls it down. 1 out in the 9th. Strike 1. It popped up down the left field line, turning toward the seats, and it's in there. Francona pops one up to the left fielder, Dernier. He's under it. Bobby's got it, and that's all for Terry. 2 down in the 9th for the Expos. Tim Raines will bat, looking for his 3rd consecutive hit. He's 2 for 4. Last week, Luzinski, who tips the scales, got to be over 240. He was hitting just 219. Gorman Thomas, who was struggling so much that the Brewers traded him, he wasn't hitting his weight. He goes about 200. He was hitting 179. Kingman wasn't hitting his weight. Here's the pitch. Fouled away, right side. Tell you the one that surprises me, though, Duke, that made that list is Dave Concepcion. Wonder what's the matter with David. He's better than that.
Well, he's on a bad team, Dave. They're in last place for the 2nd straight year, and I think some of the desire might have escaped him. You know how well he did in the All-Star game last year? He was like a baby with a new toy in that game, but then he reverted right back to that losing attitude that Cincinnati seems to have right now.
Raines fouls another one out of play. 0-2 the count on Tim. 2 down, none on in the 9th. There were some players close to it, some pretty good players. Carlton Fisk. I don't know what Carlton weighs, but he was under 200 with his batting average. Richie Zisk was close. 2-strike pitch up high. 1-strike pitch. Raines swings and misses. This game is over. Willie Hernandez put it away to earn a save in support of John Denny. And the Phillies beat the Expos 8-1 in the first game of the doubleheader. I'll be back with the totals in just a moment.